You also like so you sort of go past Mavinda. Mavinda started leading you all up the stairs. You open these. So these doors were already open because it's orientation day. All the orientations are done separately so that students don't fight over anything. So your slot is now, and Garius only just made it. And so you've like sort of made your way in through these massive, tall double doors. And as you walk in, you feel like how do I describe it? You sort of like this calm. You sort of like feel this calm come over you as soon as you step in through the door. And as you walk in, you sort of you're in this like fairly wide open area, very very tall ceilings. And ahead of you, if any of you have heard of it, is the Hall of Oracles. Which is you can't fully see because there are like quite a lot of pillars in the way, but the Hall of Oracles in legend is said to be the meeting places of every plane in existence, and very very rich with magical energy. Now you've all walked in, and Mavinda is sort of like seems very very calm. Like Mavinda's gone through this whole shtick before. She's probably done about 14 orientations before you guys today, and yeah. So you all walk in, and as you walk in, this sort of piece of parchment appears in front of you all. Only one, so if anyone tries to grab it, then they can. But yeah, so it sort of like appears in front of you. It's floating in front of you until somebody picks it up. And Mavinda sort of says, so, we're here for your orientation. After I give you any information that you need on where anywhere is in this, I can't even talk. After I give you any information you need about the Biblioplex, I can't help you any further. Anything you do from now until the end of the day, for context this is the morning, so it is fairly early, it's all up to you. If you get all the clues correct, well done. And I'll wait for you outside. If not, I'll go get myself a cup of tea. And sort of says, fuck's sake, Josh.
Do you have a kettle on your table?
Yeah, Mavinda has 14 kettles in her room, piped down.
It wouldn't be a session if he doesn't bring out the kettle.
Yeah, like he's just got a flex. Like somebody new comes into the chat. It's like, by the way, did you know I have a kettle in my room?
Well, it needs to be known, doesn't it? It does. It needs to be known.
God, really?
Is the can we read what's on the parchment when it's floating there, or do I have to grab it?
It's
if I can't
currently
read it, I'm gonna...
yeah, it's currently empty.
Okay. If nobody else grabs it first, I'm gonna, at the mention of clues and like a task, immediately just gonna try and grab it.
So.
Oh no, paper and metal don't mix.
Yeah, no, fair. So. Iris goes for this paper and grabs it. And as soon as he grabs it, with like these sparks, this gold lettering etches itself into the paper. And as you grab it, Mavinda is sort of like, I wanted to give you some information, but if you want to start, go ahead. And Mavinda just bolts and like leaves the room.
Wait, what?
Mavinda was gonna start explaining, but he's like, "Oh shit!" She's like, "Oh damn, orientation started early."
Can I like take a few steps after Mavinda? Are they just gone?
She left the room because she knows that as soon as you have the clues, you're not allowed her help. Because it could influence.
Oh.
I'm just so holding this. I'm just gonna. I am terribly sorry.
And Mavinda's like gone at this point.
Is this the second time your haste
I
has
would be doing
taken
something.
over you?
It would appear so.
Does it say anything now?
I'm just.
Have you
Gonna,
just been given a blank piece of paper?
I'm gonna hold it and like turn it around and show everybody.
Okay,
I don't actually think I've read it yet, so.
Okay, so as you turn it around, you hear this voice sort of as this calm sort of settles as you walked into the room. You hear this voice and sort of say, "Brilliant scholars, your attention, please, as you are now Strixhaven University students."
Pickles doesn't pay attention.
That's fine. This biblioplex will be your second home for research, studies, and even leisure. There's just one task to accomplish before you officially embark on your academic journey. A scavenger hunt. And
Whoa!
you sort of finish turning over the page. The rules are simple. Each clue on this list will lead you to a different location in the biblioplex. And then he sort of pauses for a second and goes, "You should have been given a brief tour by your advocate." But you decided to start rather hastily, so this might be a bit difficult for you, but if you complete it, even better. Simply travel to the area each clue references and perform the action the clue suggests. Time is of the essence. You only have until the end of the day. Solve as many of these clues as you can, because at each location, you may win a prize. Now off you go. Now, you read this piece of parchment, and anybody who's reading it, there are 5 clues on it. They're all numbered, clue 1, clue 2, all the way through 5. The first one says, "You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in light." Clue 2, alumni commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire. Clue 3, each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. Clue 4 says these leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean. And Clue 5 says some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night. Did anybody note those down, or do you want me to take a picture of the clues and send them into a chat?
Take a
I've
picture,
got
please.
some notes, but I'd appreciate a picture.
Yeah,
as
I would
well.
appreciate.
That's fine. I will real quick take a picture of the book for you.
'Cause I was like, you'll forget about. I can't keep up, and it just says you'll forget about light.
Okay.
My commission and inspire thing. Treats,
Well,
refreshments, beds, stars are ancient, born, and opening night.
I'll put it into the memes and media on the Discord.
Brilliant, thank you.
Sweet.
I did try and read it a bit slow, but I understand that it is quite a lot to write down.
I haven't written in so long. So.
No, that's fair. So we've got this and this.
Is that 4th one about?
Oh, I have to
refreshments?
send them compressed, but
Okay.
Thank you.
so it goes the bottom picture first, then the top, because obviously the clues are in
Cool.
clues are in order.
I'm
So-
note these down. Real quick.
Yeah, so you get those clues. Now, as you walk up, you're currently in the main entranceway. You're not currently in the
Hang on, that's my food.
what? Oh, so you're not. I'll wait a sec then while you guys give this a read.
Quick, let's leave him. Let's walk.
Let's go.
Let's just check Google while he's not looking.
So you guys are currently in the main front area, like the main entrance. The Hall of Oracles is quite a ways ahead of you. But currently around you, you can see just like these quite comfortable couches with some round tables in between them. You can see some. You see these 2 little rooms off to the right and left as you walk in. One of them you would know to be it would be like cafe seating would be like the chairs, but then there's a biblioplex cafe next to those, and the next one would be a student shop, where if you were to look inside, there are a couple different items and knickknacks you can buy. A lot of it's like branded Strixhaven clothing, so like gloves, hats, things like that. Before I go into this is what you guys can see right now. Before I go into any more detail, I'm going to wait until Josh gets back with his McDonald's.
So could you just go through, just bullet point what the places are? So there was, I heard cafe, which
Okay, right. So there's a cafe. There was a student shop. There was a cushioned seating area, and then a tabled seating area. This is what you can see right now.
What's happening?
Hello. So you are in the main entranceway where you can see a couple of seating areas, one of them with tables, other ones with some like couches, with some tiny tables where you can do like studying. And you see quite a couple faculty members sat there just chatting, probably in between lectures. You see some students eating some food on the right side, and you see a cafe and a small shop. And that's what you're seeing at the moment.
Okay.
There also is a little stall in the middle, a little bit further ahead, called that has sort of like a floating plank above it, with the words etched into it, "Information Desk." I'm giving this shit to you so easily.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
assume
joking.
we aren't allowed to go and ask for the answers, but it's helpful as an information desk.
Is there somebody manning the desk, I assume?
There are two librarians. One is facing into the room, and one is facing to the entrance, so in your direction.
Are there like other groups of students clearly doing the same thing as us?
No. In
Okay.
from what you would assume, they probably tried to keep it separate because they might have had issues in the past with first years fighting over answers and stuff like that, or maybe giving answers away. So they do it in slots and in groups, and you guys are probably like the 10th group or something today because you guys were quite late. Cough, cough, carriers. I'm not outing you, Luke, I swear.
Is it me or is that thing about the serving food? Is that just the cafe? Is that just...
It
Could be.
makes sense.
That would be a brilliant idea, but I think perhaps it might not be wise for us to go there first, since we would have to serve up our sheet. You know, say it says serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. So I think perhaps we might
Do that
lose
last
this
time?
list.
I had not thought of that.
Well, they don't call me sharp as steel for nothing.
Are we talking about your nips?
Fucking hell!
Just not even warranted, but it's just,
No.
I wouldn't even get a chance.
You all
to
know
be
what
like,
I'm about.
suggestive now. It's kind of just like
You know, I might just stop playing a sexual character and just let everyone else do it. For me.
Yeah, like, you don't even need to. Everyone just puts in the work. Like, your RP is so easily done. Because you just turn up and they're like, oh, she's going to fuck a
Yeah,
teacher
or-
again. Damn
all I have
it.
to say is, I'll make eye contact, and I'm like,
Yeah, like, the sexual tension is killing me. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm not like clinging to this list. So if anybody does, I'm like holding it, and if anybody does go to take it, it's a group team effort, and I'm psyched to be in a group. So if someone wants it,
Right.
I'm gonna let them obviously take it.
Having said that, Clue 4 is a definite reference to sex.
Just reading my book again on
These
seeing what
leafy
Clue
beds
4
aren't
was.
always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean.
What about the...
Leafy beds.
What about the...
Is that just having
Let's put it in
sex
seating area.
outside? Like, in nature? Is that what it is?
I mean, is there not an actual cafe? That could be more likely to be the clue.
Cafe could be the third one. Well,
Maybe.
there's a seating area. Could that be the fourth one? The leafy beds?
So remember that you
Let's-
are only
let's
in
find out.
the first part of the like this isn't the only thing that's in the biblioplex.
I
like-
assume then that we have dormitories.
You do.
But then it says library, so it might not be... Well, biblioplex might not be here, so... Should we just
Well,
head in and... We could try the
Let's look
seating
around
area.
first.
Could pat the seating area, see what happens.
I'm sure it
I
can't
don't
cause
think
any
about-
problems if we follow any red herrings.
Are we doing
Yes,
this?
opening.
Is this what we're doing? Red herring. Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just curiously pat the seating area, just for. I don't
Do you mean
necessarily believe
do
it's
you mean
gonna
like
work.
do
It's
you mean like
take
the,
that off the list.
do you mean like the cushioned couches and stuff?
Wow. This...
Yeah. Literally, I'm just gonna like
So-
pat it and expect nothing to happen.
So these faculty that are sat there are just looking very, very confused at you as you just start tapping the couches of the seating area.
I'm just gonna quality seating you have here.
And this male teacher just sort of looks at you and goes, "Are you lost?"
No, we know our way very well. We were just experimenting.
Well, you look like first years.
Yeah,
Are you in your
first years, you know their way
orientation?
well.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
know where we
Yeah?
need to go?
You know where you need to go.
Do you know where we need to go?
Of course I know where you need to go. I'm not going to tell you where you need to go, but you don't seem to know where you are, really.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping we'd get.
Is there a map?
You know that you are allowed to ask people for help, just not to actually help you solve the clues. Like the information desk is there to.
Yeah.
The information desk is there to tell you where things are.
While this is happening, through sheer force of will, I'm trying to read his mind.
It's like popping a vein in your forehead.
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah, so
fully squinting, everything.
So this guy's looking, and he can tell that you guys are very lost. Like, in fact, he's gonna insight check you.
It's only been a second. We haven't
Yeah.
tried yet.
Is there a map anywhere?
He thinks you know
on the
exactly
one
where you're
board.
going on a Nat 6. So he's looking at you, but as he's talking to you guys and trying to sort of like give you hints that you can ask for help, you just can't ask for help on the clues. He just looks past the group and just sees Pickles at the back, fucking eyeballing him up and down from the left and right side of his head, showing that he's predator, not prey. And he's just looking at you.
Deep stare.
Yeah, and he sort of like looks uncomfortable and just goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna have my coffee. Do you need help?"
No, we're going to be fine. Right?
I agree.
Is there a map anywhere? Like,
A map?
is there a map on one of the walls? Yeah.
Well,
Like of
yeah.
the
So have a look
Like a
ar-
floor plan.
Yeah, like turn around. And
Turning around.
yeah, so
Thanks.
literally on the wall, right next to. If you were to walk out of the building, you'd be able to see it. But there is a full floor plan of the entire library, and only the lower floor of the library.
Brilliant.
Now,
check that first. With that.
Okay, I think clue 1 is a chapel.
so
You're...
I'm gonna give like a brief description. So on the left and right where you guys are, you can see the shop and the cafe. As you walk a bit further ahead past the first information desk, there is actually another one. You then come up to sort of like a studying area where you see some students just flicking through some books, writing things down. Directly ahead of you, you see these massive winding sort of twisting pillars with a very, very bright orb. Or like, not an orb, you can't even see the orb yet. You just see a very bright blue light coming through. And that is labelled as the Hall of Oracles. Then, when you look at the floor plan to the left and right of the Hall of Oracles, there's quite a lot of stacks for books. Like, that's like probably where the main area of the library is.
I dropped my phone.
Off to the left of that, there is the what was it called again? It's the book gardens, where sort of like arboretums, so like places for a lot of trees, a lot of plants, where people can go study in a more natural environment. Off to the sort of on both sides, there are also lecture halls, where like obviously lectures are held for the different students. There's obviously the student study area, which I already mentioned. There are then what was it? There was an art gallery, which is up and to the left. So at the very back left, there's the art gallery, which is where alumnus of the school, like any like really, really beautiful pieces of artwork are held there.
I think I've solved it.
You think you've solved it? I haven't mentioned all the areas yet.
I know, but I don't think you need to.
Is that in character, real quick?
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna.
Should I carry on? Should I carry
you
on?
can carry on, but I'm. Yeah.
So there's an amphitheater. It's like a large stage. At the back. Where was it? That was at the. Where was the amphitheater? So it's labelled very, very poorly on the map. Yeah, sorry.
Is there a map?
The
Is there a
amphitheater.
map?
Huh?
Is there a map that we might be able to see on the Roll20, for example?
There is, but it labels it in codes, which you won't
That's fine.
have. So the amphitheater is at the very back, sort of like in the back middle of the room, past the Hall of Oracles. It's like a large stage area, and then you have a student activity center, which is on the back right, and a student council hall, which is very similar, but it's where all the leaders of the extracurriculars meet, and that's at the back right next to there. If anyone got any of that.
Cool.
Well, boys, I have had some thoughts. Garrus, I'd like to thank you very much for your excellent suggestion of Clue 1 being in reference to a chapel. You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in light. Clue 2, alumni commissions works when they retire, seek promising mages to inspire. I think that one...
Pardon me.
I mean, I had a different answer for that one, but since we found out about the art galleries, I think that one was pretty clear. The third, as we've probably gathered, might be this cafe here, I indicate. You know, each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve this list and enjoy your refreshment. Clue 4, these leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean. So, I don't think this is talking about actual beds. I think this is talking about a garden bed. Leafy beds particularly. So I think, and also a pat is also another word for a cow's shit.
Yes. Even Pickles knew that.
It's gonna be a bit difficult. We don't have a cow, do we?
We need
I-
it. We must gather a cow.
Can
I canonize that every single weird little sound that I make is canon for my character, and it's what he's doing.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
So he burped halfway through the explanation. This
Yeah.
little turtle just.
Yeah.
And finally, number 5. Some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night. Well, I think that is a gorgeous description for perhaps a hall of people where you have the most proficient people in the entire world. You know, I feel like it's inspiring to show that every day and remind them that on their first day, and remind them that it's possible for that to become them one day. So I believe that to be the Hall of Oracle.
I'm just stood there completely like beak on floor, you know.
Beak on the floor.
Just like
Amazing.
almost comedic, just like you've solved the entire thing. I barely even read it.
I could be wrong. It doesn't
Well-
happen very often, but I would be unwise to throw out the possibility.
I start to get like a snot bubble that's slowly getting
Just slowly.
just you know when it looks like it's breathing. Just yeah.
Okay, so are you guys
gonna-
going anywhere?
I'm at this point, is Aurora holding
is
the
that
list,
for
or am
paper?
I holding it?
I don't know. That was you guys.
I'm
that
gonna
said.
say that like she's either holding it or after this explanation, I'm gonna pass it over to her, and she'll be like, "I think you should have this."
Would anyone like to raise any points? Any counterpoints? Any points of discussion? Any points of order that should be mentioned before we go and adventure and brute force this?
Sorry. I just thought. Hang on. I remember people used to have drama. Back in the towns, like some of the kids used to do drama thingy majiggy. They always kept trying to make us go to the performances on opening night. Could it be something like that? Like it's like a stage or somewhere, maybe.
Perhaps.
Like for the fifth clue, it's like it's a theatre or something. If it's opening night.
Well, I think you could
mean,
easily adapt a lecture hall into a theatre.
I'm just gonna cut in here.
I
I did
did-
mention that there was an amphitheater as well.
Or you could use an amphitheater.
Like,
Theatres
I
of
wouldn't
theatres.
usually cut in, but it's just because I don't know if you heard me mention it, because you said the a lecture hall could be turned into a theater, and I'm like, but there is a theater.
I'm gonna like they said time was of the essence. I'm just gonna immediately like
Run in the wrong
march off like this in where I perceive to be the first clue's location.
Okay, so we looked at this and thought chapel. Did a chapel-like structure appear on here other than the Hall of Oracle?
There's not bubble pops.
Are you asking me or?
Yeah.
Nothing
they probably-
chapel-like, so nothing necessarily religious, but it
This is only the
mentions.
first floor, so
Yeah. So from what? Yeah. So the second and third floors are also shown on the map, but they're just designated as off limits.
Well, boys, why don't we go to the Hall of Oracles first?
Okay.
Sure.
Said the pickle
okay.
snapper.
I'm glad we're recording this. I want to do another compilation of Josh just eating food.
Hey, well,
It's starting to get abusive.
Gas,
we have
gas,
to pass in
gas.
the word railing the food.
Yeah, you were just railing that chicken.
Just.
We're gonna
Okay.
You had me railing a McPlant earlier. By the way, other vegan burgers are available.
Wait,
In
in
McDonald's?
McDonald's?
Well, no, but like,
Well, you should know this, Louis. You work there.
Oh yeah, no, there aren't.
other fast food shops are available.
But the new Big Tasty is pretty good, apart from the barbecue one.
We got off track very quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
the
so
Hall of Oracles.
right. So you were asking about if there's anything else that's chapel-like other than the Hall of Oracles.
Yes.
There's not really anything chapel-like in this place. But can you roll me an intelligence check, please?
Ooh, my best stat.
Oh yeah.
Just straight intelligence.
Yep.
Can I roll a pleased to be here kind of check? Is that a thing?
Please.
That is a 14, 12 plus 2.
14. Yeah, okay. So you would. So the clue says ensnarled in light.
Can I
And-
see if there are any insects nearby?
Roll me investigation.
Hang on. This is incredibly important.
It's crucial to the
You nat 20. Sadly, there are no insects. The place is incredibly well kept. They have to clean it like very, very, very rigorously because there are books there. So there aren't any insects there. You do find a penny.
I eat the penny.
Add 1 copper to your inventory.
I eat the penny.
You eat the penny. Okay. Don't add 1 copper to your inventory then. So
Temporary hit
The inventory in 3 days when it comes out.
yeah.
Hey, it won't survive my stomach.
Fucking hell. So
It's now canonical that his stomach dissolves everything.
it's like a Rico from Penguins of Madagascar. He's like, Rico, give me a wrench. He just chokes up a wrench.
My character's literally Kirby.
Oh my god.
Just with teeth. He's a very Yorkshire Kirby.
Right, so with the intelligence check, you would recognize that it says ensnarled in light. And you would know that there are magical areas in Strixhaven called snarls, which are sort of collisions of planes which
Okay.
cause magic. And you would know that the Hall of Oracles is a snarl.
Ah.
Brilliant. I love this wordplay. I think I am now incredibly confident that Oracles is the chapel that we were thinking of. Thank you, Garius. Thank you, TikTok.
We make an extraordinary team.
Apparently we do.
This whole time I've been hearing the word snarl get thrown about, so I just like snarl.
You actually sound like
snarl.
You
I
tell him,
literally-
TikTok.
I just switch gears and just gotta go.
You tell him, Pickles. You tell him.
I'm still. The thing is, I'm looking round for whatever enemy I'm snarling at.
There is literally no enemy there.
I am going to cast dancing lights, and I'm going to like conjure like a small little demon tortoise.
Yeah.
Just like sort of.
Are you
like,
trying to
sort of,
distract him?
like, yeah. A sort of like a light purple demon turtle who's just going to stand there and start doing the Macarena.
I produce fire.
You produce. Okay, so you kind of. Are you just? What do you mean you produce fire? Are you just holding a ball of fire in your hand?
A demon version of me. I'm just kind of like, let's fucking go.
Okay, so you produce fire and you see the. Are you trying to like aggressively go at this dancing light?
Yes.
Okay. As you try and start throwing fire about, you hear like a click, and then your fire just completely disperses. And you see as you look over from where you heard the click come from, and whoever's the person at the information desk facing you sort of looks at you and just goes, and then goes back, puts her glasses on, and goes back to her reading.
I squint real hard at her.
She fully blanks you. She's back on her book.
That's there, mate.
Yeah, but the demon turtle is still there.
Okay. I pull out a switchblade. I canonically have.
Yeah,
I'm
has a
there.
switchblade.
I'm seeing this dancing light, completely fooled, and I just go. I just pull out a knife and I just go up to shank it.
So all
I'll
of
take a
these are just
step or
going
two
through
away.
the dancing light, and you would say you're adequately distracted. I think the librarian isn't going to stop this only because it's not something that can directly affect a book yet.
This is all I'm doing.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. So
I'm going to.
Can you just go to the Hall of Oracles thing while he's distracted?
Sure, but let me just do
Nah.
one thing. As he when he next
Step
hits
away from this.
when he next hits the dancing lights, I'm just going to dismiss the dancing lights and I'm going to cast thaumaturgy to create the sound of a cry of a raven just where the dancing lights used to be.
okay, so you
I'm
see
very
this,
confused by this.
as you stab through this dancing light for the last time, the magic sort of it's like fizzles and like crackles and then sort of just disperses, and then you just hear "Caw-caw!"
Yeah, I just basically instantly I'm like I just swing my arms in the air like victory like.
I killed a bird
gonna-
that was a
round of
demon
applause.
turtle.
I proceed to squawk.
Awesome.